What's going on there, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Craftavore Tastes, and today we're digging into a beer from Kent Falls Brewing Company out of Kent, Connecticut. This is Doubly Awkward Hug. Yeah, so super stoked to get into this one. Doubly Awkward Hug is a double IPA coming in at 8% ABV, and I believe it is brewed with Citra, Azaka, and Centennial. So big shout out and thank you to my buddy Adam for this particular can. If you were, or if you watched my last unboxing video where I did two boxes, one for my buddy Andrew, one for my buddy Adam. Doubly Awkward Hug was part of Adam's box. So thank you, Adam. Really appreciate it, sir, as always. All right, so let's go ahead and go straight into the drill, man. Let's dive into the review. Let's take a look at the appearance, get the aroma, of course, and then we'll taste it, and then naturally we're going to rate it. All right, so first time having a Kent Falls beer here on the channel. I've had a couple of their beers over the last number of years. Obviously, a super popular brewery in Connecticut, kicking out unbelievable beers for probably, I would say, I don't know, maybe the last 3 or 4 years or so, somewhere around there. Could be a little bit off, so let's go ahead and go straight into the drill, man. Let's pop the top on this guy. Take a look at the appearance, shall we? All right, so pour that beer out straight onto that glass. All right. Get that guy beautifully set up. All right, how should look? So beer comes full on freaking haze. I'm hoping that you can get a good kind of shot of that there right on camera. Like, I mean, seriously, like super full on haze, New England style. I mean, it's bordering itself on like turkey gravy, man. Like, that is pretty freaking turbid. Beer is kind of that medium minus gold kind of color. There's almost kind of, to some degree, slight elements of kind of brown going on there as well, and that's where I'm kind of pulling out that turkey gravy kind of appearance descriptor, because yeah, there's a little bit of kind of brown elements going there towards when you get to the kind of the bottom of the glass or so. Nice finger of kind of a like frothy, kind of really kind of beautiful, almost off whitish head. Looks freaking unbelievable, and I can already smell the thing wafting right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and shove our nose into this one because I'm getting excited. Oh my lord. Wow. Oh. Oh man. So there's a lot going on there. So that nose is pretty complex. First thing that I'm getting is a bit of kind of herbal dankness going on there. There's an herbalness to the particular nose that's kind of mixed with like elements of like green or like grassy kind of notes. But then there's this kind of like underlying note there. Woodsy? Wood? Something like that? Like, yeah, I know that's kind of interesting. But I'm getting like a little bit of kind of like woodsy or like kind of wood note going on there. When you kind of combine that with just the overall like earthiness and kind of dank, like, man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's there for sure. Getting a little bit more kind of like also kind of notes of candied like orange and citrus and stuff like that, but really it's dominated by this super like earthy, woody kind of dankness going on. Wow, it smells super unique. That's freaking awesome, man. Well, let's go ahead and give ourselves a taste. Adam, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Cheers. Ooh, wow. Holy smokes. Man, that is freaking good. Wow. So, in the taste, a bit more of that kind of candied orange, candied citrus kind of coming to the forefront. The mouthfeel on that beer, man, that is awesome. It is super soft. It's incredibly creamy. And then there's a little bit of that dankness and woodsy that's still kind of, super prevalent in the nose. It's coming through also in the taste. There's a lot going on in this beer. It's super complex. And the thing that I really love about it is that there's elements of this particular beer that I have come across before, but I just don't come across that often, right? Like, it's kind of taken dankness and kind of like earthiness to a little bit more of a newer level, but then at the same time kind of done it in such a soft, kind of complex yet nuanced way that like it's really, really interesting. I'm gonna go back in for another sip. Oh my God. Wow. That is freaking awesome. I think I mentioned it previously at the beginning of the episode that so the beer comes in at 8% ABV. This one's tough. There are elements of this particular beer where I feel as though it does hide its alcohol well, but then there's aspects of it as well which lean it towards me having the feeling that it would be or is a bigger beer, if that kind of makes sense. Literally zero bitterness, like none whatsoever. I mean, candied orange juice. but there are kind of elements in the taste where there is a slight twinge of kind of alcohol note going on there, where if I had to guess completely blind, just off taste alone, I would tell you that I would think that this was probably an 8, maybe perhaps even 8.5% ABV beer. So from that perspective, it kind of just showcases the ABV of what it is. All right, so one more sip, then we're going to go and give her a rating. Oh, man. I absolutely love it. I'm even getting kind of a little... I don't know if my taste buds are getting a little bit out of whack, but maybe a little pine needle there too at the end. Oh, man. Really, really complex. Rating time. Man, this is tough. So, my first inclination is to give the beer a 4.5 caps. I don't know if it's fully there, but it's not far off. It's easily a 4.35 cap beer. But if you twisted my arm, I could easily give it a 4.5 caps too. It's somewhere in the middle there. Maybe I'll meet it in the middle. How's that? How about we just go 4.40 caps. Now I'm even digging even further into my rating system than I always said I wasn't going to do. But I think it kind of deserves it simply based on the fact that, like, I find that this beer's super, super unique, to be perfectly honest with you. That incredible dankness, that woodsiness, that woodiness that I just haven't come across all that much, is what's leading the rating for me. It's an amazing, incredibly soft, creamy, beautiful, gorgeous, balanced beer. And it's just that additional kind of layers of complexity that I find kind of super interesting and different that's making me rate this beer as high as I am. So, 4.40 caps. First time ever on the Craftavore Taste for the Kent Falls Doubly Awkward Hug. All right, so that'll do it for this episode of the Craftavore Taste. I'll hope you join me again for another episode where I drink, I review, I rate, and then I repeat. Cheers.